Welcome back to the channel, folks, and welcome back to another video about the 2020 Hellcat Redeye that you all witnessed me buying. Hopefully you watched the first video and all the subsequent videos of me buying the car and getting in trouble with the wife and fighting my way through that excitement the first couple of days. And today we're going to talk about what it's been like for me to drive this car as a daily driver for the last 2 weeks. It was never my intention to do so. As many of you know, if you watch my older videos, is I have a 2020 Toyota Prius that I bought, and no, I was not under the influence of anything when I did it. I did it after much soul searching to buy something that would be wise to drive for work and put a billion miles on and just destroy and run into the ground, rather than destroy and run to the ground cars that I love, like this one. So if you want to know more about why I did that, go watch my other videos, my earlier videos. This car is somewhat, if not mostly, paid for because I have that Prius. I get paid for mileage in my my normal day job, and pretty much that mileage that I drive so much pays for the Prius and most, if not all, of the Dodge. So, you know, if you had to drive a Prius to get a Hellcat Redeye, would you sacrifice? Some of you are going to write in the comments, hell no, I wouldn't do that. I will tell you what, I would ride a bicycle to work to be able to have this car. It's worth it. This car is awesome. With that said, just making good decisions here. Anyways, so before I get into the topic, though, I certainly want to thank you all for the 12,000 subscribers. You have been just loyal, following this journey with us in buying this car, following the antics of my wife and I, and today is going to be no different because I am going to take her to the doctor's to do a follow-up appointment from a major surgery she had, and I might as well share it with you because she's going to be launching a channel. It's going to talk a little bit about this stuff and other cool things, but she had a double mastectomy because she was diagnosed with, actually discovered to have the gene that causes breast cancer, and her mom had breast cancer and her aunt had breast cancer. So it just made all the sense in the world for her to make this very brave decision to have a double mastectomy and make sure that she never ever has to say goodbye to her family for that reason. And I applaud her for that, and most certainly it is probably the bravest thing I've ever seen anybody do in my life, because it was a horrifically painful, long, drawn-out, tough recovery surgery. So we're going to go down, do her checkup, and then she is going to have some cosmetic needle poking, and I'm going to video that and share it with you all, because many of you have seen her questioning why I would remove mufflers and all the things I do to my car, and it may be hard for her sometimes to understand why I do the things I do. It's equally as hard for me to understand why she does the things she does. The thing is I'm doing these things to the car. It doesn't hurt me whatsoever. She's poking things in her face. Whether it be, you know, Botox, we're in Orange County, so that's pretty much a normal thing. Runs everywhere. So whether it's Botox or lip injections or whatever it is she does, I tell her she looks fine. She doesn't need to do any of this stuff, but she loves doing it, and it's insane. So I'm going to video that and let you experience the other side of my life, which is her doing things she wants to do without asking permission, which leads me into a little motivation, because my channel's name is OCMotivator, and there's a reason for that. It's because I spend most of my life, most of the last 20 years of my other career, motivating, inspiring people, and helping people achieve greatness and do things that they never believed they can do, accomplish things they never thought they could accomplish, find success that they've never even realized was out there, and I enjoy doing that and enjoy supporting people. So that's why I like the positive comments on my channel, not the negative, because that stuff does nothing for the world. It just makes it worse. So let's help people move forward. So my motivation for today is that I got a lot of heat about buying the car without having a conversation with my wife first, and I wanted to explain kind of my thought process and maybe motivate a lot of you who are married also, or going to get married, to live this life, because it's not bad. I believe that if you get into a place to where you have to ask permission every time you do something, and I'm all for consulting and sharing what you're going to do and all that stuff. The thing is if sharing that is going to lead to a knee-jerk reaction of one of the spouses telling you you can't do something, then my thing is I'm going to do it anyways, and I'll ask for forgiveness later. It's a lot easier for me, and I end up with a Hellcat, so it just makes a lot more sense. So with my wife, I don't have to ask her for permission to do things. Old enough to make my own decisions, and she is as well. As long as I, and as long as she, neither of us go out and do something so irresponsible that it puts our family in financial jeopardy or peril, then I don't expect her to come ask me for permission. Do I get shocked once in a while when she walks in with something that I didn't expect her to get and that I didn't think we needed? Yeah, and I might give her a little heat and she gives me a little heat, but then it's over, because we are not going to have this world where I have to get on my hands and knees and beg permission. Yes, it's respectful to notify or have a conversation or involve your spouse, but I'll tell you what else happens though. If you get too much into that, you go too much into the weeds on that, then here's what happens. If I have to ask permission from her and she has to ask permission from me, there's a transformation that takes place, and I see it with a lot of my friends who are married. They end up becoming each other's parents. The husband becomes the dad to the wife, and the wife becomes the mom to him, and it's just ridiculous, and then the relationship starts to falter, and then they begin to not like each other that much. There's a reason why we move out of our parents' house when we're young, is because we don't want to be controlled anymore. So we want to be adults, and at my age and at her age, she gets to make decisions she wants to make. We let our daughter make decisions as long as they're wise, prudent, they won't hurt, and they fall within the parameters of safe behavior and smart behavior. And then if not, then we have serious conversations about that. And if I was out there acting irresponsible and doing stupid things, I would expect her to change that dynamic, but I don't. And, well, I don't all the time. Once in a while I do, and we'll do a little course correction, but it's never going to be like her treating me like I'm her child. So I would just tell you all that if you have a spouse, you have a relationship where you have to beg and plead to be able to do things that make you happy, despite those things not hurting the family or causing any, financial difficulties, then change the dynamic. Respect each other as adults, and once in a while you can have a fight about it. It's all good, but you shouldn't be angry about it. And when one guy said, oh, man, she's going to leave you, first of all, she ain't gonna leave me, but if she did leave me over buying a car, then the way I look at it is that's why God invented Match.com or whatever the hell the website is now, because I'm not gonna be with somebody who wants to be my mother. I already have a mother, and she doesn't even act like that. So hope that helps all of you. Now let's go ahead and move on with the video and show you what she's doing, and hopefully give you a laugh. I will also put the time on the video that you can fast forward past everything and just go straight to the content if you want. And let's roll.
Well, you want me to explain what we're doing, or just start poking it?
I need to start poking it.
All right.
I'm hoping for some screaming.
I won't scream. I will sit like stone face.
So tell them what you're doing.
So my lips obviously look terrible. All the Juvederm that they put in, I have like 4 syringes in it. What'd you say? It migrated up, right?
Up.
The majority of it migrated up here, so I look like a monkey now, so I'm getting it dissolved.
And we went to a seafood restaurant recently, and all the fish in the tank came to the front to look at her.
Okay. So what do you use to dissolve it?
So there is actually something called hyaluronidase, which is an enzyme that once you inject into any hyaluronic acid fillers, it will immediately dissolve.
Wow.
So it's really great.
So it's going to go down immediately?
A lot of it, yes, will go down immediately, and it will actually stay in your system for up to 72 hours.
Okay.
And you will have an immediate swelling from the injection site itself. So you'll have, it kind of look a little bit swollen, but that goes down.
Okay.
Go ahead.
See her lips, how she's got the really pretty like edge and the little cupid's bow and stuff?
We're gonna get you there, girl.
That's what I want.
That's natural though, right?
No.
All natural.
Yeah.
Do you want any ice for this part? You want me just start
do it. If
stabbing
it
you?
hurts, then we'll...
All right, this is as raw as it gets, okay?
You're crazy.
Here we go. I'll do a little tapping method, and yeah. Okay, feel a little bit of pressure.
It's fine.
Not bad, right?
No. The middle is what hurts the worst.
Always.
This part, because it goes straight to your nose.
She thought I took the mufflers off my car myself. So I'm here to make sure that she didn't do this herself with a soldering iron.
Yeah, pretty
and
similar.
stuff. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit in the lip area.
Okay.
So you've got, she's had 4 syringes of Juvenum over the last, few years before she saw me. So we gotta really
get rid of that. Terrible.
She used to come home, man, looking like she's gonna get stuck to the sliding glass door.
That was bad. Well, because instead of dissolving it, everyone was like, well, we'll just fix it.
Right. Add more on the other side.
Yeah, not good. And I went to 3 different people thinking, well, maybe this person will have a better solution. Not the deal.
I'm going to reclassify you as a trout.
The trout pout.
Trout pout. You're tough.
She sure is.
No.
So I can already see a cute little bruise coming.
Okay.
That little gray guy right there. Right there. Yep, pretty bruise coming. So let's see you back in about a week. I think you should heal pretty quickly.
Okay.
You're still young. You'll heal quickly.
All right,
45, yeah.
All right, folks, welcome back. Was that crazy or what? Yep. So I got mufflers taken off my car, and she got stuff injected into her lips. To each his own, and to each her own. Anyway, so let's talk about what it's been like driving this car for the last 2 weeks as a daily driver. And I will tell you, it's been glorious. It's been a blast. It's been fun. It's been expensive, wildly expensive. I've got 1,264 miles on the car in about 2.5 weeks. So I've driven it a lot, which means I've been at the gas station a lot. I stopped counting. I mean, it's generally like every day, if I drive any amount of miles, I'm getting about 250 to 200 miles out of a gas tank, and if I stomp on it and drive it hard, it goes down like that. If I'm sitting idling, just working on my laptop for a minute, the car drinks gas. You can see the gas gauge moving. So I am not complaining. I love this car. I drive this car, and I'm going to put it in the garage and take the other car out because it's kind of irresponsible. I mean, I'm spending a lot of money on gas. It's 50, 60 bucks like every day, if not every other day, just to keep this thing, filled up. So that's an issue, but I'm not complaining. Love the car. It's not intended for this. So if you're planning on driving this every single day and you have a longer commute, just know it's gonna be very expensive. What about just the aspect of driving it? Well, the drive is comfortable. That's what makes it hard to put the keys down. If it wasn't for the gas, really, it's the most comfortable car in the world. This is a big monster, comfortable, riding on a lazy boy seat. It's awesome, but it does feel also like you're driving a giant king-size bed because it's huge, and it definitely feels different than my Scat Pack because of those big wide tires in the front and the back. You just feel like you're in a big king-size bed. It's loud because I had the mid-mufflers taken off, so that's something. There's a highway patrolman coming up behind me, so we'll see if I get pulled over for my tinted windows. If so, I will make sure I leave the camera on, and I'm not speeding. Anyways, but that is the other thing about driving the car. You're going to constantly be worried about getting pulled over if you have any modifications on the car, like tinted windows, there he goes, and loud exhaust. So I deal with that. I went to Carl's Jr. recently, went in, did some work, had a chicken sandwich, came out, there was a highway patrolman in the parking lot, and he's writing somebody up, and then he's finishing his paperwork. I couldn't leave. Because I knew the second I started this car up that he was going to be pulling up behind me and I was going to get a bunch of tickets. Yay, I can leave now. It's worth it. So that's part of the daily driving aspect of it, I guess, because I've got to deal with that. The other thing about driving this every single day is the amount of compliments you're going to get. I mean, I've got people just everywhere saying something cool about my car, whether it's other Hellcat owners pulling up alongside of me, giving me thumbs up, or pulling up and just telling me how awesome the car is, or being at the gas station, a guy who works for the water company pulls up, stops, and he goes, "That is the coolest looking car I've ever seen in my life. Is that a Hellcat?" And like, boom, me and this dude are having a conversation. And considering we're from 2 different planets, probably would never talk to each other, or cross paths. Our paths are crossing, and we get to talk about something like this. Like, this car is bringing people together, which I really love, because I love all people and I love chatting with everybody, and people from all walks of life, we're all able to find one thing we do love and have in common, which is this monstrosity of a car. Charger owners, you name it. I was at the drive-thru. I'll play this clip for you real quick.
Sorry, what kind of car is this?
This is a Dodge Challenger Hellcat Redeye.
Oh, it's a Hellcat Redeye. Okay. Nice.
It's a blast.
Woo. That's
insane.
Nice car.
It's crazy.
What's that?
800 horsepower. It's just ridiculous,
yeah,
dude.
That's a lot.
It's ridiculous.
What's it like to drive?
Frightening.
Frightening?
Downright scary, man. Absolutely. So,
But it feels good, though, right?
yeah, it does. Absolutely. Take care, man. Have a good one. All right. Happens every day in this car. That's part of the part of driving this thing every single day is people are constantly commenting. Like that guy, people are always asking about the car. It doesn't matter. Man, woman, child, people love this car. Dropping my daughter off at school, even though she hates me to make a scene, I pull up in this thing and every kid comes walking up to take a look at the car. It is fun to drive for that reason. You guys hear the popping? I hope you can hear the popping while I'm going down this hill. It's pretty cool. Right, so another thing you got to deal with when you're daily driving this thing is because it's wide, because it feels so wide, it looks so wide, it is wide. You know, parking it's already stressful to park a regular body Hellcat or Challenger. My Scat Pack, I used to have anxiety about parking that thing between other cars because I got a couple door dings. This thing, you just feel like it's just so big it's gonna get dinged by people. So I'm parking it far away, so I will probably lose some weight because I am walking, which apparently one commenter said I needed to. So here we go. We're on our way to lose some weight because I'm parking so far away from my ultimate destination, because I don't want people slamming their doors into this car or the fenders or anything. And most spaces nowadays are made for these little Prius type cars, so this thing just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. So parking is always going to be an issue with this big giant thing. And listen to that popping. So another thing I discovered daily driving this thing is that everyone wants to race you. Everyone who's not a Dodge person or a muscle car person wants to race you, meaning I've got, whether it's a Honda, I had a guy in a Maserati the other day, quadruport, pulls up alongside of me and starts revving his motor and takes off like a bat out of hell, and I'm not even gonna play. I mean, I know there's cops that hang out down the street where this guy was doing it, so I figured I'd let him just go do it. Plus, I'm not gonna roll this thing down the road, kill a bunch of people and myself. I'm gonna be responsible in that aspect because it just seems dumb. This thing goes so fast that once you're hitting 120, 130, I imagine it's going to be even more terrifying to stop this monster. So I let him take off like an idiot and didn't encourage him to do any more, because I'm not going to go out and be responsible for killing somebody, and certainly not going to kill myself out there in this thing. So you're going to have people wanting to race you, and they're going to come up, they're going to rev on you, they're going to come up alongside you, slow down, speed up, and all I can tell you is, you know, don't bite. I mean, if it's just me and some clown and I don't know, Lexus trying to, one guy, I don't know what it was, those LF things or something, comes up alongside of me and wants to dance, and we're the only two people on the road, I might give him a couple seconds of humiliation, but I'm not looking to, you know, get arrested or die. So, but it's going to happen. So you've got to have willpower. I guess what I'm saying is you got to have willpower to hold back, even though you know you can just destroy this guy or gal. You're not going to go stomping on it and risk a bunch of lives. So you've got to have that you remember Marty McFly, and takes off, gonna crash into the Rolls Royce, and you know he doesn't, and he in one life or whatever, I don't remember how it went. I'll play the clip right now. So you've got to make the decision so you don't end up with a experience that changes your life for a negative way. So you just got to deal with that. They will come up and want to race you. Just shake it off. There's plenty of time, and you know what it's like. It's kind of like I'm going through. What's that? Woo. It's kind of like if you're the biggest guy in the room, which I've never been, but you're the biggest guy in the room. You're not looking out trying to fight people, but everybody wants to fight you. Everybody wants to take a run at you. I had a friend that was 7 foot tall, and he had Every time we went somewhere, people wanted to fight him, and no one's trying to pick a fight with me because they pretty much know it's going to end really quickly with me exiting the building in a rapid fashion because I have no desire to roll around with a grown adult. So they're going to try to race you. It's the same thing as being a big guy in a bar. They're going to want to fight you. So just you can't let them. You can't play the game. It's just not worth it. You know you can pound them if you're the big guy. You know you can pound them if you're this car on the road. So why would I go and engage them and risk everything? So with that, folks, I'll leave it at that. Got some more videos planned for this weekend, and I want to thank you again for the 12,000 subscribers. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and please subscribe, and appreciate the support in helping get this channel bigger. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.